Mama June. Josh Efard met with an accident. Pumpkin refused to him. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Mama June star Josh Efard recently met with a severe accident after things went downhill for him. He ended up in a pathetic condition, only to know that Pumpkin wouldn't even look back to help him. Yes, Lauren decided to abandon her ex-husband and straight away refused to meet him at any cost. Fans were in shock and wondered why Pumpkin was as cold-hearted towards the father of her kids. Is Josh fine after his accident? Why did Lauren refuse to meet him? What is this all about? Keep on reading to learn more shocking details about how she backed off. Mama June. Josh and Pumpkins are officially divorced. Mama June stars Pumpkin and Josh are officially divorced and no longer tied to each other in their marriage. The former filed for divorce a few months back and wanted to part ways as soon as possible. Since then, the couple has tried to reach common ground for aspects like custody and property. However, everything was settled, and the court finally granted them a divorce. Pumpkin and Josh are now separate and distinct persons altogether, unconnected by a nuptial or civil contract whatsoever. The court has made it clear that these two can remarry now and weren't under any kind of pressure. The former couple didn't go for the child support battle, and they were awarded the joint legal and joint physical custody of their 4 kids. But it appears that even after all this, Pumpkin has some issues with Josh, as she didn't even turn up after his accident. Mama June. Pumpkin refuses to meet Josh after his severe car crash. Mama June fans were in disbelief when they recently learned about Josh's accident. A Reddit thread revealed that famous blogger Ellaby was covering the entire matter. It revealed that Efard's truck flipped on early Tuesday, September 24th, when he struck at 65 miles per hour. All of this took place when the celeb was going to work, but little did he know that he would end up having an accident. According to the source, Josh had no severe injuries aside from bodily pain and complained about pain in his shoulder. Amid all this, Pumpkin was still on his emergency contact list. When she learned about the mishap, she inquired about Josh's well-being and quickly shut down the idea of rushing to his side. She made it clear that she wasn't going to meet him at all. Even when Lauren got to know that Josh was being taken to a hospital, she simply stated that getting a checkup was good for him. But that's not all. The celeb further wondered if her ex-husband was angling for a quick payout. Pumpkin claimed that Josh was just looking for a check, and she wasn't going to visit him at all. Fans lost their calm after Pumpkin's comment. They slammed her for not having basic humanity and keeping her grudges at the top even during such situations. Critics even called Lauren out for making such comments and keeping money above her kid's father. Keep coming back to TV season and spoilers for more updates. Life for the Shannon family has never been smooth, but in recent weeks, the chaos that usually brews behind closed doors erupted into a full-blown storm. The Efard family, known for their attempts to hold on to normalcy amid Mama June's roller coaster lifestyle, faced a gut-wrenching shakeup, one that would test loyalty, love, and limits in the most painful way possible. Josh Efard, husband of Lauren Pumpkin Shannon, found himself at the center of tragedy. What was supposed to be a regular afternoon took a devastating turn, and what followed was even more shocking. Pumpkin refused to visit him after the accident. A shocking day that changed everything. It all started like any other chaotic day in the Efard household. Josh had been working long hours, juggling responsibilities as both provider and parent. With Mama June's unpredictable presence always looming, he'd quietly taken on the role of the family's rock, rarely acknowledged but always necessary. But on this fateful day, Josh didn't make it home on time. A quick run to pick up groceries turned into disaster. According to sources close to the family, Josh's truck was struck by another vehicle on a slippery intersection just outside their Georgia town. The crash left the front end of his vehicle mangled, and Josh was airlifted to a nearby hospital with what authorities described as non-life-threatening but serious injuries. For most families, the moment tragedy strikes, the world slows down. Grudges are forgotten, love rises to the surface, and hearts lead the way. But not this time. Not with Pumpkin. a fractured marriage behind the cameras. Though they'd once been seen as one of the more grounded couples in the Shannon family orbit, cracks had been forming in Josh and Pumpkin's marriage for months. Viewers had seen glimpses of the tension on screen, long silences, tired eyes, and moments when it seemed Josh's presence annoyed Pumpkin more than comforted her. Behind the scenes, things were reportedly even worse. The strain of raising multiple young children, managing the fallout from June's chaos, and the pressure of being the responsible ones had worn Pumpkin thin. While Josh tried to carry his weight, there were whispers that he had become emotionally distant, choosing silence over communication and work over presence. Sources revealed that Pumpkin had reached a breaking point weeks before the accident. She'd allegedly told family members that she needed space and was tired of pretending everything was okay. Though no official separation was confirmed, the emotional distance between them was undeniable. So when the accident occurred, what should have been a moment of unity instead became a spotlight on the damage already done. The phone call that was ignored. When the hospital contacted the family, Pumpkin reportedly hesitated before responding. Instead of rushing to Josh's side, she left her phone unanswered for hours. It wasn't until other family members, including Alana Honey Boo Boo and even Dodo, began calling her nonstop that she finally acknowledged the situation. But rather than racing to the hospital, Pumpkin stayed home. Insiders claim she told a family friend that she was done being the one who always shows up when he never does. The words were cold, raw, and unfiltered, a reflection of months, maybe years, of built-up resentment. Despite pleas from relatives, Pumpkin dug her heels in. She would not go. Even Alana, who typically sides with her big sister, was caught off guard by the refusal. In a rare shift, the younger sibling reportedly begged Pumpkin to reconsider, but her efforts were in vain. Mama June steps in. Surprisingly, it was Mama June who showed up at the hospital. Despite her rocky relationship with Josh and frequent absence from her daughters' lives, June appeared almost maternal in the wake of the crash. Whether out of guilt, PR instincts, or genuine concern, she arrived at the hospital within hours, camera crews quietly trailing behind. Eyewitnesses said June was visibly shaken, uncharacteristically subdued. She stayed for several hours, speaking with doctors and ensuring Josh had what he needed. Though she didn't say much, her presence alone made headlines. After months of being painted as the absent mother and grandmother, June's decision to be there when Pumpkin wasn't changed the narrative, at least temporarily. Fans were left stunned. Was June finally trying to make amends, or was she seizing an opportunity to paint herself in a new light? Josh wakes up, alone. When Josh regained consciousness, he reportedly asked for Pumpkin almost immediately. But instead of seeing his wife's face, he was met with awkward glances from nurses and a hesitant explanation from Mama June. According to sources, the realization hit him hard. The woman he had sacrificed so much for, the mother of his children, wasn't coming. Hospital staff noted that Josh grew quiet after learning she hadn't shown up. His recovery, while physically progressing, was emotionally complicated. The once proud, confident man appeared broken. Friends close to him say the accident wasn't the worst part of his week. Pumpkin's absence was. The kids caught in the middle. Of all the victims in this messy situation, the children may suffer the most. Pumpkin and Josh share multiple young kids who've already experienced more chaos than most children should. With cameras constantly rolling and drama seeping into every corner of their lives, the kids have seen their parents as the last semblance of stability. But with Pumpkin refusing to see Josh, the kids were left confused. It's unclear whether Pumpkin allowed the children to visit their father in the hospital. Some insiders claim she refused, hoping to avoid more emotional damage, while others suggest she simply didn't want to face him, even through the eyes of their children. Family members, including Alana and Jessica, reportedly tried to step in to care for the kids and keep things calm at home. But the tension was undeniable. The house, once filled with noise and chaotic comfort, now echoed with uncertainty. Fans react. Division across the board. News of Josh's accident and Pumpkin's absence hit social media like wildfire. Fans were divided. Some sympathized with Pumpkin, arguing that years of emotional neglect could not be erased by a single tragic moment. Others criticized her harshly, labeling her cold-hearted for abandoning a man who had supported her through some of her darkest chapters. The debate grew so intense that hashtags began trending, from hashtag #PrayForJosh to hashtag #JusticeForPumpkin. Everyone had an opinion, and as usual, the Shannon family was left with no private space to breathe or heal.